Vato Perro, back with another review. Today we'll be continuing with the Marvel Legends Infinite Series Hobgoblin Build-A-Figure wave in its Anti-Venom. Alright, so already we can see he does come with the right leg to the Hobgoblin and nothing's really changed on the front. On the back we get a prototype picture of the figure which looks like it has a little bit more of a gray shading going across the white, but we'll get into that later. And his bio says, this symbiote can bring pain or heal disease and all that power is under Eddie Brock's control. And in Spanish, este simbionte puede causar dolor o curar enfermedades, y todo ese poder está bajo el control de Eddie Brock. So with Anti-Venom out of the box, he's not the most unique figure of this wave. He is mostly just reusing the Toxin body mold from last year. And we got a really cool looking new head sculpt and some adding to the back. Other than that, there's just nothing too new about him. But it's actually a character that I've been looking forward to for a while now. In fact, ever since 2011. When Spider-Man Into Time came out, it was the first time I saw the character. I thought he looked absolutely great. I just never actually saw him before. I didn't have any comics to read back then. So I love the character ever since then. And he was portrayed to be kind of more of a skinny character with just in his regular form. But then he would turn into this more monstrous Anti-Venom. And I feel like this one's kind of in between those two. So it kind of does fit the build of the game in a certain way. But it's not too big. And we'll get into sizes later. And yeah. Basically, I'm a little bit more happy mostly because I see this character and I really like the story from the Edge of Time video game. So, that might be me going a little bit more soft on this figure. But overall, I can just say that there's just nothing too special. There's no paint shading going throughout the figure at all. The only difference in paint is only because the sculpt or because the body parts of plastic are different. For example, the head, the chest, and the bicep section is all very shiny, kind of almost pearlescent whites. While the areas of the forearm, the legs, and yeah, mostly those parts are all kind of more flat looking white. And they even have some, like, they look kind of a dirty, like, I don't know why, but they have like this kind of, like almost like a brown wash going over them in a way. I don't know if it's being seen on camera, and it's not too bad in person either, it's just something I noticed. And then for some reason they have this little red dot on the back of his neck hinge, which I know you can't see. And then we get this new thing on his back, which is supposed to be like the spikes, which are very soft rubber, it just pegs in. And then the spider going across the entire chest and the back isn't all bad, but it does get a little bit worse on the back section. But I can just plug this in and it won't be as revealing. On the front, it looks fantastic. I think you should be very cautious on picking which your Anti-Venom. Some of them had like black scratches on the top of the pec. And yeah, it's kind of a clean paint job. It's very simple, really cool looking spider logo going across. The fact that it's black over white makes it a lot better. Some other sculpting issues I can notice are the fact that it looks like his calves kind of go outside of his own leg. And then we got this weird thing going on the back of his feet where it looks like he's wearing sandals of some sort. So that's a little bit strange. So far as sculpt, the head sculpt is absolutely great. It has almost kind of like this Ghost Rider feel to it for me. It looks really awesome. I love the paint shading that goes inside of the mouth. It has this orangey and yellowish thing going on inside. It makes it kind of look like it's glowing. And yeah, very kind of a skull shape, no tongue. There is a tongue inside there. And we got the eyes also with the same paint. And I love how this kind of like it has this curling effect at the top. And you do have these kind of more spikes on the back of the head. And it's not too sharp either. So yeah, those are just barely the highlights of the figure. And for articulation, his editor will go that far up, that far down. Well, it looks like it hinges back up. Anyway, his shoulders go out that far, they go forward, biceps swivel, double jointed elbows. His wrists hinge, go in and out and side to side. He has a really good ab crunch and it goes really far back as well. He does have a waist joint. His legs go forward, out that much, thigh swivel, double jointed knees. There is a calf rotation, ankles go down, up, and he does have the ankle rocker. So for being the biggest figure of this wave, he stands at about 7 inches tall. So now I'm going to go ahead and compare him to some other symbiote hosts. Here he is compared to the Marvel Legends Carnage of last year. The Walker's exclusive Agent Venom, which is part of the series from last year, but separate in regards that he does not include a bigger figure piece to the Green Goblin. The Marvel Select Venom, and the Amazing Spider-Man Classics Venom. So yeah, he's nowhere near being as tall as probably most of the Venoms, except Agent. So bringing this review to a close, I would recommend it if you want to finish your Hobgoblin Build-A-Figure. Other than that, if you have like the Marvel Select and you don't feel like getting this less detailed action figure, then I'll go ahead and pass it because it's nothing too special. But myself, I didn't want to buy the Marvel Select because I'd much rather prefer having an articulated figure. And I probably do have some ideas for some stop motion, but they'll be like probably too far ahead from this point or where I'm at right now. But anyway, this is a barely passable figure. He is really good. He's not the worst of the wave, I think. That is to see later on. But anyway, after this, Spider-Man 2099 is next. And that is a figure I've been waiting for so long. Yeah, probably the biggest figure that I've been waiting for this whole wave. So, stay tuned for that. This has been Gato Perro.